we would be remiss not to tell the people how aggravated we just were. How possibly this reality generating machine has hated on me for having so much joy to give to the damn verse. The Internet of Things was blooming and flourishing for my joy. And there's this possible war going on between good and evil. And this system and this reality that craves and hungers for drama and chaos and frustration and tension. Got what it wanted. Got what it needed. Because I came, picked this man up, 5:05. He gets in the car. He's like, oh my God, you look so great. You look good. You look happy. You look energetic. You look ready. I said, I am happy. I am feeling amazing. And the whole time we were driving to this spot, which we usually do the place, or the pod. And what happened? Everything went wrong with the live. I couldn't just get it to work no matter what. It wouldn't go horizontal. It wouldn't go vertical. We tried different things, different titles, all kind of stuff. It's like we became, after about 10, 11, 12, 13 minutes, we were just like, pretty upset. And then I was feeding off of your energy.
I mean, 10 minutes is a long freaking time just to get something to go horizontal, not.
Right. We even went to YouTube and looked at an actual thing. So I went back to my main menu and I had to unlock the vertical, but I could have sworn that I looked for that, saw that it was working with a blue light, and then out of nowhere we watched the video, and then that had to be the problem. Come on.
Yeah, man. But it's over now.
It's over now. I feel good. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm happy. I'm over here with Ulric, the educator, with the new hat on.
Oh, I thought we were just gonna not acknowledge it.
Oh, we weren't gonna even talk about it, right? Did we agree to that?
No.
Oh, okay. I wish we would have.
I like how you just.
No, hold me to it. I want you to hold me to the things I say.
No, we didn't make a thing. No, but for some school event, we got these. They were giving out these like hats, and Elvis always gets a kick out of when I'm wearing hats. He thinks I have what you call a face for a hat.
You have no. It's a hat face.
A hat face. I'm sorry.
There's a word
that's more succinct. There we go.
Face for a hat.
A hat face.
Are you Yoda? It was a face for a hat.
See, I cannot quote any
That's the worst Yoda in the world.
Yeah, but now I'm with this hat, and I was gonna get a laugh out of Elvis, but then we decided I was gonna wear it the entire episode. So this is step one. I think it makes you look quite jazzy.
Yeah, I think you have a hat face. I think you can wear anything. I don't suggest certain hats because you don't want to get aged by the hat. But this right here, educator with this hat, 32 years old, 33 years old, wanting to have a family, wanting to move forward in that, wanna leave the bar flies where they lay, at the bar.
I'm working on that.
I am proud of your work.
You're proud of me for what?
Because you should be pleased with yourself because I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you because you are allowing such an open mind, a much more open mind than, let's say, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. You were like, no one could tell you anything. You didn't want to hear anything. What? Whoa, slow that down. You didn't want to hear anything.
What you talking about?
You were like set in your ways. Like now you seem a little more like ready to try something different.
I don't know about that, man.
The guy who's 30 something years old, or no, not even 30. Usually they're like 27, 28.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, this is where I am, man. There's nothing wrong with me. I've been like this my whole life. And then they hit like, you meet them again. You meet that person again in their 30s. Like, it's usually like 35. Because they'll volunteer their age to tell you how I've been like this my whole life. I'm blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
The problem is that person who's bitching and moaning in their between 27 and 30 and between 35 and 40, excuse me, that's because they're never going to change and they don't even want to hear it. That person is going to be 50s, 60s. If they make it past their 60s, which they usually won't, because they're going to be part of this rotation. And these people are necessary, and you're not one of those people.
Okay.
You're not.
Thank you.
That's why I'm proud of you, because, you know, for a long time, I was like, Ulric is like, yo, I used to not say anything. I was like, yo, you the man, Ulric, bye. You know, I wouldn't even consider going there.
I've been called disagreeable.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I would agree with that.
Well,
how many times have you been told you were disagreeable?
a few. I mean, in many words, not in many words, just in very different ways.
And body language.
Not just, they wouldn't say disagreeable necessarily that I was disagreeable all the time. They would say things like, you always got something to say. You always got a response. You always got to argue.
Well, you're changed.
Well,
Well, you're changing.
Yeah. Now I'm just freaking having explosive reactions to situations instead of just conversing back and forth.
Right. And
So,
that.
In
And
many ways, I'm regressing.
You're recognizing that this is like not gonna work.
Yeah, no.
You don't want to be like that. You don't want to be the opposite of the person you're being now, because then you'll be old and angry, man. You'll be an angry old man.
Yeah.
Like my aunt told me, my aunt Pat, her birthday was yesterday, and unfortunately I didn't call her for her birthday, but I called her today, and I wished her well, and I told her I loved her, and I thanked her because it's because of her that I met LJ.
Ah, that's cool.
Right. So, and when I say because of her, is because she provided me with employment, and at that employment, there was a time where I met her. So if it wasn't for the job, then, you know, the degrees of separation are so much smaller. So I thank her for that, you know. But I'm so cocky, I believe I would have seen her somewhere else. You know, I don't know why we're going there, but no, I'm just saying that what was I saying?
You're saying that you're proud of it, man, and I appreciate it. But I see in many ways, I am kind of regressing. So, who knows?
What do you mean regressing? You find yourself getting more and more angrier?
I just said I had explosive reactions. I'm getting more explosive reactions.
You're getting more explosive now?
Yeah, I said that
You
like a
was not
second
explosive
ago.
3 years ago.
Well, exactly. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I guess I'm proud that you at least recognize, like, yo, whoa.
I don't know, man. It was a problem then. It's a problem now. But you know.
So you good then? You're gonna just stay the same.
I mean,
Right.
you know.
That's a horrible plan.
No, that's not my plan. I have no plan on doing that. There's just the circumstances. But anywho.
Now you take a compliment and turn it into this, man.
Hey,
come on. Come on.
I'm sorry, man.
That's like my father, Victor. I would say something nice to him. He'd be like, I'm like, yo, I just said something nice to you. And he's like, oh, yeah, I see it your way. I used to be like, come on, man. You're supposed to say thank you. And then you compliment me. Say something nice about me. Come on. And this guy was like 55 years, like 60 years old. I'm telling him this. I'm like, all right, I just gave you a compliment. Now what are you going to do? And he says, I'm going to say thank you and then give you a compliment back. It took this man until he was 60s. Yeah, I did that for him. Now, I hope, you know, you'd say, yeah. He ain't supposed to, people ain't supposed to say, you look nice today, and you're supposed to go, thank you, and then just keep it pushing. You're supposed to make a point to say, you do too.
I wish you were Tangents McGee right now. Okay.
Word. That was some good ass sativa.
All right, man. So what we got today on the docket?
The new niggas have arrived.
There we go. Elvis, man. I noticed that you used a hard R, man. What's that all about?
They're not niggas. Because anybody could be a nigga, you know how it goes. Let's not play that game. You can go everywhere from Koreatown all the way up to Sheepshead Bay. All the Asians, we talking all of them. Vietnamese, everybody, they got that. Everybody got the in it. I understand. I understand. It's a new day. But the ER, that's the one that's legislative. That's the one that's monetized. You can monetize that right there. You can get that ER. We need the ER in a capitalistic society. We need the new niggas are here. Thank you.
What do you mean by that, Elvis? What do you mean by the new N-words are here?
The migrants.
Migrants.
They're the new niggers. The migrants are here. Thank you. Because who's gonna fill up the jails? Black people ain't going to jail no more.
So I take you say
you're gonna get. I mean, a black person ain't trying to go to jail for more than 2-3 years. They're gonna keep their crimes limited. All that being in jail for robbery, kidnapping, that's over.
Yeah. So you're saying that migrants have supplanted blacks as the low group in the totem pole.
The bottom.
Right. All right.
We have the bottom. You know, the kids are gonna be idiots. We talking about this is a group of people that does not have a problem with eating the same 3 meals for life.
Wait, you talking about migrants?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
The same 3 meals for life.
What do you mean? Is that the case? What?
Seriously, Ulric?
That's a thing?
It is a thing. It's a real thing.
Are you saying because they're poor and there's really a small amount of food that they can afford? Yeah, but they got a variety of cheap stuff.
They're not like Americanized yet. They're not Americanized yet. They don't need 45 different tartar sauces. Not tartar sauces.
Who the heck buys tartar sauce?
No, not tartar sauce. Salad dressings. You go to the salad dressing aisle. I mean, this is how this reality has convinced us that we're totally free. You ever walk down the cereal aisle? How are you going to convince somebody that you are not free and there's this war going on between good and evil and you're dead smack in the middle of it? And they're doing everything they can to continue this ruse because they know something that you don't know.
Okay.
They know something that you don't know, and when you know some shit, you start getting cocky. You start thinking, I got something up on these people here. But we need a bottom. There has to be a bottom. You see, this is what you have to understand. When they brought Obama into this country, Obama tricked everybody. Obama tricked, he calmed everyone down. Everybody was like, yo, this man is gonna do something. There's no way he's not gonna do something for us. They just you could not sell that story. And 4 years went by and they were like, yo, he's new out there. Now we finding out that every single president that's ever been up there has bloodline by the same one guy.
I did hear something like that.
The same one guy has fed the blood to every single president that's ever been there. These are not people that are there for us. These are people that are there to calm us down. Calm down.
Now, what got you, wait, what got you think, I'm taking something got you migrants on your mind?
Migrants is on my mind.
Now recently.
I sent you a video. I sent you an article. Thank you for keeping the show moving.
Yeah.
But let me say this, Ulric. We are at a precipice. Okay, and let me go back to those presidents. They all that's not you. They're chosen. They're not selected. These are chosen people. We are all starting to wake up to this. regular people are waking up to this reality that there's undeniable. One dude is branched out to every single president. That means there's a fix. The fix is in. Obama kept us calm. We not calm no more. We need to really seriously snap out of it and stop being so angry at what's happening and say thank you, because we need the bottom in order to win. Well, you want a Coca-Cola to cost $5?
Yeah, but time out. You don't need to create a bottom for there to be a bottom. Inevitably, there's gonna be a group of people that are lower than one totem pole.
And this is the political scientist saying that.
Time out. That
doesn't mean I said that respectfully.
That doesn't mean there were legislation that passed specifically targeted black people and to ruin them. I'm not talking about that. But say there wasn't legislation, you think it would be more divided, but it would just be randomized, random people poor, random people just at the bottom, random people just at the top?
Dude, you have to create them.
Huh?
The bottom is created. And the people up top are created as well.
I'm talking about in reference to the different groups of people, like whites versus blacks versus Jews or something along those lines.
Boom.
Yeah. I'm saying, so
we now have to add migrants, because they're no longer Somalians, they're no longer Ecuadorians or Mexicans. No, they're a class of people. They're migrants, and they're gonna have shirts, and they're gonna have pickets, and they're gonna have signs, and they're gonna be like, nah, migrants are real people too. Nah, migrants are Americans too. They're gonna have all their fight ready. All of this is contrived. Let me just say this.
Yeah.
If the president, see, I had a point there, even though it sounds like I was going off. If the president of the United States of America has been proven to be by the same exact bloodline, that's impossible. And this is on the internet, right? And there's a whole documentary about it. Some 7-year-old girl and her grandmother or grandfather, they did all the research. They submitted this thing. It was done on the humble. No one even knew about it. This Internet of Things is a great thing that has happened, because they no longer can control what is being said. Yeah, they could keep me on vertical and not let me go live for all that time. Ray, rah, 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 whatever it is. Somebody was going to bump into this. They didn't want to see bump into this. So everything is being controlled. We need to wake up. And here's the thing. If they got to keep tricking us, that means we are some powerful mofos. If you gotta keep tricking the mouse or the rat, we the rats. If you gotta keep tricking the rat, because I remember when I was story time. I'm 21 years old, working in a health food store, commodities health food store on 10th and First Avenue. It was one of the first grocery stores for all organic foods. That's where I worked at 21 years old. And
you're no longer interested.
It was a great story. Not that it was a great story, but it was a great time that working in that helpful store in that place. And we would at night have to put out rat traps, because downstairs in the basement we had this bulk section. We had one of the biggest bulk sections. Whole Foods has never seen a bulk section so nice.
Yeah.
And we would have hundreds of different things. So we had so many big bags of everything that you find in the bulk section, you know, beans and grains and rice and 14 different rice and all this kind of stuff. It was crazy. And at night we would have to put the trays out. So what we would do is we would take cardboard, we would put soap on our hands and open up what looked like a paint can of the glue. We would pop that can and we would put the glue all on these, you know, and we would do them big 3x2s. And then when we come in the morning, we just put them on the top of the shelf. And whatever mice we did catch, we would actually just, you know, dispose of it. No big deal. The mice started to chip at the wall to get a path on the glue after about 5, 6, 7 of them were caught. Yo, it was crazy. I mean, insane how smart these rats were. We could not stop these rats from getting in there because they were doing construction back in, this is 1994. They're doing construction outside on the sidewalk.
Elvis,
so all
man,
the rats came in.
Crazy, man.
I can't stop, right?
Yeah.
All right, but look, I have a point. That we're the rats in this analogy, right? We're the rats in this analogy.
I thought the migrants were now.
The migrants are the rats. They have to trick us. In other words, this reality that we're in is constantly tricking us. Like we had to figure out a way for the rats they would always keep figuring out a new way. We had to always figure out a way to trap them. So we're being trapped with this illusion of this reality. And everybody's mad about these migrants, but I think they don't need to be mad. Go ahead, Ulric.
Go ahead. You asked me a question.
No, I want you to join in. I want you to join in. My analogy, I think it's sound that they're trying to play us, and now we have the new person to be played because we can't be played with anymore.
So I mean, migrants, I think right now.
Do you understand that they can't play us anymore? does that point? Do you understand that?
Yeah, I don't think about myself on that level. I think about that on myself on a different level. So you know.
And when I say you, right?
Yeah.
What do you think I'm saying?
I don't know what.
Is it the black
I have no
saying?
idea what you're saying.
Stop it! Stop exaggerating. You're fucking with me.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Do you think I'm talking about a black man situation? You know, I'm talking about humanity has been tricked, and not just the black man. So when I say we not having it no more, I'm speaking not necessarily. Yes, it's premium black news, but this ain't no black show. And what I'm speaking about is we the people. We the people are not accepting a lot of the bullshit anymore. And the rats have been created for us because we no longer are the rats.
That's an analogy.
That's a fact. There's too many. Yeah, there's too many. I know they like this whole new thing about woke culture to fight against. Oh, we gotta fight those woke people. So people don't want to be woke now. They're like, oh, no, I don't want to be called woke.
But all I know is, I mean, given the recent news. Concerning those migrants,
right,
who attacked that police officer.
2 police officers.
Given that circumstances, I don't know if migrants are looked at in the best of lights. I think actually the tide is turning a bit in them. So the sorrow of them being at the bottom, even they're created, they're also losing the sympathy factor. Because even blacks had some sympathy factor and led to some.
So you really don't get my point. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that the migrants are now looked at as the rats. No one's. What's good about rats? Nobody likes the rat.
Yeah, but that's any. I don't think migrants will ever not. When you're first coming into a country, you're low on the totem pole. If you're coming into any new country, you're at the bottom of the totem pole. I don't think they had to purposely put them there. You go in there with no experience, nothing. This is what you don't. Get my point. Listen, nothing that you have nothing. None of your licenses have. You could have been a freaking surgeon. None of that matters when you come to the U.S. So you literally have to start from the bottom. So inevitably, you're going to be considered at the bottom. That's it.
I get that, but no. When a person gets to this country, right?
Yeah.
Because they're the smartest person in their town. And they pass the test and they get their asses over here and they got nothing.
Yeah.
And they work hard and they go by their bootstraps.
Yeah.
And they're from a different country and they work real hard and they take care of their family and their children, all that kind of shit. That's America, right? That's not what these people are. These people came into this country illegally, right? They changed laws in this country that allows them to cut the gates in Texas.
But that's legal and illegal. They're both going to come in at the bottom.
But it's that mentality. That mentality of these people that are brought here now, this timeline of these people.
They could be noble illegals and they could be fucking scumbag illegals.
But what they're going to do is they're going to create. This is why the bottom has to be created, because people are too rational to allow themselves to get caught up in this mix. So they have to create scenarios.
But I think that it may be harder for them, but it's not in New York. Migrants are getting little freaking like stipends and crap like that. They're trying to, and they get what's that thing called? They like college like opportunities. They get, what's that thing called? They get some. They get opportunities where people will pay for their college and stuff like that. So migrants are somewhat.
That's all administrational. The next president that comes could change all of that, and these people that got everything, they'll all switch up quick.
Yeah, but colleges have that can work autonomously, or college can do that.
No, I get what you're saying, but these you know what might be happening here?
What?
You maybe relate to the migrant idea, where I'm not talking about migrant now is going to be, that's they trying to turn that into a bad word. They trying to use that as a term where you can even argue with somebody and you can call them a migrant, and now you'll be belittling them. So what I'm trying to say to you is, this has got nothing to do with the foreigner that comes into this country.
If you call somebody a migrant, anytime you call somebody a migrant, that's like at least insulted them.
Right. Yeah. But they're gonna be calling regular people gonna be arguing, like they're gonna be like black people calling each other migrants as an insult. You know, they're gonna be at a bar. Migrant, like, I was born in this country. No,
I mean, if you said that, that would be, if that would be racist if you just said somebody like
right. I've actually heard someone do that. I actually heard someone yelling at somebody that they were migrants from because of some kind of road rage, and this person was clearly not one, and they were yelling at this person.
I wouldn't even be mad. She was just ridiculous.
Right. Did you watch the video? I sent you a video.
Yeah, so the video.
We're not going to even play the video. It makes no sense to play the video.
Good. But yeah, I did watch the video, and it was. I mean, as far as the violence of it, it wasn't the most violent videos with all the stuff coming out. But
really?
It was.
You didn't find that violent?
I mean, I'm a little bit desensitized. I'm a little desensitized to all that stuff.
A cop kicked in the face?
No, but I said that is shocking that it's a cop. I'm talking about the violence of it. I say is kind of common.
Oh, so
but there is a shock factor. But there is a shock factor with the police, it being a police officer that is being, on the floor. And it wasn't even it wasn't that I was shocked, startled. I was like, this is the New York that Eric Adams wants. Person. So he has for a former police, was he a police chief? He was a high-ranking. He was a high-ranking police officer. But for someone who's a high-ranking police officer, for for people to feel the kind of gall to just attack a police officer, you should be, and you have the gall to just jump a police officer. That's bananas. There was time in the 60s maybe when you get pissed, in the 60s maybe when police officers are beating on you, and or had been beating on you, and then you get so angry that just happens now. But now they're watching TV and they're observing the George Floyd shit, and George Floyd stuff. They're observing all these police shooting that keeps on happening regularly, and now they're getting just this inner rage within themselves that's just building up and building up. And I think it's pressed on, and because politicians are also jumping on this, especially left-leaning politicians are jumping on how poorly the police treat people. Every time a police officer gets, every time a black man gets shot, like a Democrat gets their wings, because they are like they are on cloud nine.
You got to repeat that. What was that?
Every time a black person gets shot by a police officer specifically, a Democrat gets their wings, because they jump on it so fast. They are flying in the air. They have become angels. They are free. They are free to extend to any other, to jump on that, to say I fought for this, I blah blah blah, I love black people, to get as many voters as they can, what have you, and so on and so forth. But
Is that your opinion or is that rhetoric?
I mean, it's an opinion. You mean, is that an opinion or a fact? Right? It's not right. You think this is like right leaning, like talking points?
Is it a talking point, or is this you?
No, this is. I mean, this is what's happening. No.
But you said something about the Democrats gets the wings. Is this an Ulric thing, or this is something you've heard in the past?
No, this is It's a Wonderful Life. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. That was just a play on words. That was just a play on words.
Did you create that play on words, or did you hear it?
I just thought of it just now. It just happened just now.
That's amazing. That's great. I knew it was from A Wonderful Life. I'm just wondering, is this out there on Reddit?
Oh my gosh.
Is this out there? This is why I said, is this a talking point? Because that was good.
Oh
wow.
It's called wit.
I need to make definitely a short out of that one. Yo, that was like,
I'm glad you liked it.
That was really good. But dang, I was just like, whoa. Did you plan this conversation?
Before we get too lost again. The environment that has been like fostered through all this television made these migrants is almost a moot point. That people feel free in general to just be police officers. The part that it's migrants, because I'm not even addressing that part. On the migrant side, I think that now the tide is is turning a little bit on migrants, and the I guess bleeding hearts for them. And now, I mean, it is becoming more fodder. So it's funny. It's not even. They're gonna switch
like
the issue.
Cannon fodder.
Yeah, but they're gonna. But it's funny. The issue. That's funny that is the issue that is emphasized. The whole migrant just becomes an immigration issue, and it's not that people feel free enough to beat police officers, regardless of their documented or undocumented. They're crazy.
Like, when did this happen? Right?
That is such a moot point. But the fact that people feel free enough to be police officers is indicative of the environment that has been fostered through television. The fact that people are using it as an immigration issue is just, I mean, it's normal for politicians. It's expected, but socially, it's just ridiculous. Whether they're undocumented or not, they're crazy. Who has that much raging gall to just beat up two police officers? Were they not strapped? I don't get it. Did they take their guns? All you see is them being beat. I really don't understand how I don't get it. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand how these police officers.
I'm so glad you said what you said, sir. And I'll tell you why. What if I told you the reason why it doesn't make any sense is because this is possibly one of those opposite of true. Don't say it. And
I didn't even know what it was.
What if I tell you it might be flag football?
It might be flag football,
which is the opposite of true.
All right, gotcha. All right, there, fix you. The hobo codes. I mean, who knows? Who knows?
It might make more sense if you looked at it that way. Because let me tell you this.
But who does it?
There is not a cop in this freaking town that is not drawing their weapon in that situation. I watched the video, and not the World Star video. Let me tell you this.
I can see that. Yeah. I see your T-Rilla from all the way here.
Yeah. You got to erase that, T-Rilla. Erase that. Yeah. Only reason why I say that is because I watched it so many times. And let me say this to you. Yeah. These guys... they never drew their weapon, and the guy was able to get away and pick up his phone. All this stuff doesn't make sense. That I was like, man, first of all, they released the video a week later, and then they got the guy walking out of the damn jail with the middle fingers up. You saw that? After he was arraigned, he walked out the jail with his middle fingers in the air.
Oh, I didn't see
with a
that.
tattoo on his arm. And let me tell you, man,
I
he looks like straight up. He looks straight up like a plant.
Wait. It would be fascinating, actually. That just made me think with his middle fingers up, if they're going to galvanize this guy and he's going to be like an anti-hero of people. Like, yeah, we beat up cops. Cops can beat us up all the time. Middle fingers up.
Right.
And that's going to just lead to more. But it's shit. But I literally just thought that now the fact that it's changing to a immigration issue, I'm starting to think, because I can't, this can only benefit Republicans, you would think, because Republicans were for getting, we're angry about these migrants should be deported, and against all this immigration. But I was like, oh, this happened in New York. I can't
on
see how.
On 42nd Street.
Yeah, on
a block away
middle.
from the precinct.
Yeah, and then the left leaning.
Hugest precinct.
Yeah, but Nancy Pelosi also, in the article you sent me, Nancy Pelosi is also not explicitly, but mentioned that migrants are now. Now someone needs to take a look at this if they were undocumented. And
she said it twice.
So she tiptoeing saying, talking, sounding a little Republican. But that's starting to make me think, what if Democrats are trying to gain some Republican voters because they're so off the rails at this point legislatively that they need to jump on the. All right, now we do need to have a stronger border, because even Biden is starting all that.
What a great idea! It's your idea. We're gonna do what you guys want.
But two things.
Problem, reaction, solution.
No. But now they're killing two birds with one stone, because one, because this is two ways of to clarify. This is two ways that it benefits Democrats. One, they're finally potentially gaining more voters because they're illustrating migrants being violent, and they're using that as maybe a safety issue and they frame Republicans not wanting these people issue as like a racism issue, and them thinking it's gross. So now they can potentially get more voters on the right. But also they can garner more hate and more vitriol towards police officers, which and more, because we've seen how much Democrats hate these police officers, and how much they're gutting them, and they're taking money away from for no reason. And now there are people, these middle fingers in the air. Like, I'm curious to see if if Demi Lovato will put that on a shirt or something like that, just his likeness or something. I said, that's when you know something's up.
We need to get that shirt popping and put it on our site. Premium Black News. We saw it first. But let me just say this. We are no longer need to find out the reasons why this is possibly a opposite of true flag football. And it's like it exists. So what? Who's gonna benefit from this? This is what we need to figure out.
No,
this is what we need to figure out. Who's going to benefit from this group of people that are now being villainized and have them kicking police in the face 3 times? I never seen that. I done seen every video on YouTube. These people are now kicking cops in the face.
No, I'm sure something like that happens before.
Yo, I've seen every cop getting kicked. Any video of that I've seen, and let me tell you, it's a very small handful. It's a very small handful. And the guy got away.
Are they like super? I wonder if they're gonna frame this.
They got away?
If the police, because this can make the police department look bad. Like they're not properly training their cops.
That's what they love, making the police department look bad.
Yeah, they could also do that. How could they even put themselves in this situation where they're like, I really don't know how that's possible. Like first you get surrounded. Like what happened when you started to get surrounded? Like were you sneak attacked? Did they throw a rock at you? And you fell on the floor?
Let me give you some legal. Let me give you some legal spiegel here.
Yeah.
Okay. We got 2 guys we have 7 guys standing around what appears to look like talking to each other.
Wait, stop. One more time. Did they have weapons?
No weapons.
No weapons. What?
Which
Because I
one?
get it.
They all should have had knives in their pocket. Let's stop playing that game. You know. So now they got the 3-finger in their pocket. Stop it. So now.
The more thing about the war, it does seem like what T. Riddler said.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. So
ridiculous.
These 6-7 guys are standing around, kind of talking, all facing forward, not each other. When you're talking to each other and all that, and you getting the cipher going, somebody starts spitting around, a naco corrido, whatever they call that stuff in Mexico. Now you got the cops walk over to them and they start to walk away. And then out of nowhere, you see the cop, they're out of frame. The cops are following them. One cop is in one of the guys' faces. So I know that body camera's gonna come out when the cop is probably going rah, 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 talking all that. You know, they like to give us everything in little pieces. So that's
your body camera gonna show like feet.
No, yeah. But this is the thing. They're gonna villainize the police by showing the way the police was talking to the guy. That's what they're gonna do next.
Oh wait.
They always have plan A and B. Why? Because they have to trick us.
Wait. I don't think I see a part. They saw a part where they in the video where there's a guy, a police officer was talking to the guy like aggressively or something.
No, they were just talking to them, and the whole plot is that it was for them to disperse. Because they were a crowd of guys standing around, so the cops come over and say, yo, come on, keep it moving. Don't be standing around over here. Keep it moving, right? Which I've seen them do that a million times to people, especially young people, especially brown people and black people, and Asian people. And some Caucasians, but not really the whites. But the whites are out there hanging around too. But let me just tell you, when I say the whites, I say that respectfully. You know that, right? It's like the Range Rover, the whites. That's what we do here at Premium Black News. We've coined the Range Rover and the whites as the same kind of understanding what we're talking about.
Now, would you be offended if a white show called them the blacks?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't care either.
I would like to know, but we're correlating the Range Rover with the whites. Like, you look at a Range Rover. Sorry, it's not a tangent.
Oh, I don't.
You look at the Range Rover, right?
I didn't even know they were associated with whites.
Well, it's a British company that makes the Range Rover.
Oh, well.
Same bloodline as the president there. I'm not going to go there, but I'm just letting you know. Come on. So now we have the Range Rover is the #1 leased vehicle with the 1%. Why is that? Because no one wants to buy the Range Rover because the Range Rover is going to break down. It's always something wrong. The window won't go up, or the steering wheel locks. It's always something with the Range Rover that just disappoints you. That's why the whites and the Range Rover, if you understand the mentality of the two, the greatness and the failure of the two of these things, that's why at Premium Black News we call them the whites. And I always follow it with respectfully. So now we got these guys throwing up that middle finger. I like that T-shirt idea. Oh, because we're capitalists. I'm a capitalist. I
will win with T-shirt idea? I forget.
The T-shirt idea was the middle finger. The silhouette of that guy's middle finger, who's totally looks like FBI actor. I digress. I'm sorry. Algorithm, calm down. I know you only want to make it seem like only 100 people watch this. I get it. We know. It's okay. So now, what are we talking about?
We're talking about
no, we're talking about the migrants, and then we're talking about the migrants, but the bottom being the necessary element in order to create this. Oh, and then we were talking about that other thing that the person said in the chat, and how.
See, this is what tangents do.
They're not tangents. I will bring it all together. Come on. I've been doing this a long time. Come on. I'm happy.
Nah, you were like talking along the lines of that. The president, the Range Rover is associated with whites. That's why you call them the whites.
Right.
White people, white. I think the analogy we were trying to, or the description and analogy was that white people are the reason why rich white people lease Range Rovers is because they can get insurance on them or something because they always break down.
The chat's supposed to help us with that. We don't have a producer. You guys are the producers. What are they saying? Come on, where was I?
All right, but the chat is going absolutely insane.
Not that far up. No. Go to the last like 5.
All right. Tell them, Steve Ladner. They know how to act like that. What the Democrat gets their wings. Wow, that was a bar.
That was a bar.
Cheryl Doe. Yes, it is. 2 months in 2024. All right, LJ. I see you. Jeez, Louise. All right, you will not see an officer from the States cross the Rio Grande and act like a fool because they know it can and will happen. Wait, what's that? Whoa. What the heck does that mean, Stephen Ladd? Jeez. All right. What's it? Hobo codes. All right. They said, even when you are someone's mod, they will censor you. What you type? What's that mean? I don't know internet talk, man. What's a mod? All right. Ulrich looked like Eddie Bauer. 2002.
Oh, damn. 2002. That was a while
that's
ago.
A bar. Now, that is a bar. That's from LJ. That's a comment of the day. If there is. Jeez Louise. Ulrich should not try to see his supervisor see this and get fired. All right. Carlton, I didn't like what Hotep did to Mo. Did they have an argument? I think you said something about that Hotep, the blasphemer.
No, that's off topic though.
Oh, all right. Sorry.
Come on, we talking about the new bottom.
All right, so read the chat. Did that help at all?
Yeah. Let me get. They pretending to be watching. It's okay. Maybe I am doing too many times.
More confused.
Let's talk about why. Why would it be a good thing for the migrants to be villainized and to be looked at in a way where you don't trust them and look at them as they're criminals? Well, look at what you know.
Again, my assumption was this can potentially benefit Democrats, and where they can switch their stance, they can give justification to switch over their stance and potentially move some maybe independent voters over to their side. You know, I say now we need, and they're gonna frame it differently. We need a stronger border because, you know, these, what's it called? Even maybe, I wonder. You know, it'd be funny. What would the cops race?
Oh, I don't know.
Wait, because
that's a good point.
Because it would be more beneficial. It would even be better if that would have if they were black. If they were like black, they say now it's not just people. Now it's people of color. Migrants are already people of color.
Migrants are already people of color.
Migrants, people of color hurting other people.
Migrant is going to be its own entity. They're going to be. This is the 24 migrant movement that happened in America.
No, but my point is, the irony is that migrants who are people of color essentially, and the Democrats are going to reframe that in order to benefit them while, you know, judging somebody or try to deport people of color in order to, because maybe Democrats are actually starting to see that this is actually becoming a problem. Maybe I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe
that I have to disagree with you. They have not all of a sudden just figured out, sir, this is planned.
Yeah, maybe.
This is not, we are now figuring out the better way to do something. The research on how to create the bottom has been written already. It's by getting into the minds of the people and
That's
have the people beg for change.
it's the what's that thing called, the something act, it was based on it's a speech. There was a speech made where somebody like we're gonna tell make sure that it was a speech made by a white person, a racist white person, to a group of other white people that said, this is how we're gonna control the black person. This is how we're gonna keep it down. I forgot what it's called. I think that's what you're talking about. I forgot what it's called. It's like the something effect.
Yeah, but that effect has been not only used on the black man.
No, it's more Rio Grande.
That effect has been not just used on the black man. That effect has been used on the Irish, on the Italians, on the Indians. That effect, or this study that you're talking about, I know what you speak.
No, it's like a fake speech. It's like a speech that they said was probably fictional or something.
Yeah, I think it was along those lines of whatever the case is. Let me tell you, these people are having babies. Thank you. These people are gonna have, respectfully, the dumbest generation that's hit America. Look at what's going on. No kid want to read a book. Kids, no one wants to read books anymore. Everyone wants it in a short. Just imagine that new population that's coming up and they're being villainized. Everyone hates them.
Not the immigrants. The immigrants will, because immigrants.
Migrants. Not the immigrants. The migrants.
Is that like a?
There is a difference.
What's they migrated?
Migrating is.
You're talking about the illegal immigrants,
right?
But legal immigrants still they value education.
I'm just calling them migrants. These are the new niggers.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
The new niggers have arrived, y'all. And they're the migrants.
But I think,
thank you, hallelujah.
I think Americans, people raised by American kids, they don't value education, and it's even reflective.
So imagine what these kids coming up are going to value.
No, but it's reflective in school that some of the African kids, or not the African, the children of immigrants, or the kids who have foreign parents, they value education a little bit more.
Not this group.
Not the new illegal. Are you referring specifically to the group of Somalis that attacked? Were they Somalis?
No, they weren't Somalis. They were some sort of South American.
No, it's funny. That's funny. Somalis just came to my mind.
No, the new Somalis, they part of that group. The Somalis, they're all part of that group. They're part of the migrant. I don't think it's racist. I think we need to understand the rules that's being put in front of our eyes. We need to see. That's what Mo Facts taught me and taught you. Mo Facts taught us that we need to be able to pay attention to the details. And these details that they're giving us, no way two cops getting kicked in the face that many times and not drawing their weapon. That's not happening.
Honestly, what Mo Facts did to me is truly expose like the Democrats Party for who they are.
Right.
That's what Mo Facts actually did. Not even that. That's actually my biggest takeaway I got.
Right. Mo Facts is so good.
He pushed me. If anything, he pushed me way to the right. If anything, man.
So now you say
it's funny. A black man pushed me to the right. I don't give a fuck. I am who I am. Come at me. All right.
Well, I would never call you right. I would call you conservative.
Yeah, I don't know. Who gives a darn?
Right.
Who cares?
But we both ain't voting until y'all get it right.
Yeah.
I bet you
it's funny. I registered too.
You registered to vote.
Yeah, but because honestly, I am truly paranoid. I did something a little. I registered as an independent, where I should have had the balls. I should have had the balls to register as a conservative. But I do actually, honestly.
You think that it's connected somehow?
I actually, if anything, conspiratorial. I know I seem brazen here, but what made me, I kind of thought that they might try to get me somehow, me, if I register in New York State as this, I don't know why. The thought was in my mind that they might try to something. I don't know. So I generally did. So I may sound ballsy here, but that thought genuinely crossed my mind at the DMV. I gotta be honest. I was They
Wow.
can. The government is strong, man. No matter how tough you are, they can get you shook somehow.
But there's a rumor
Think
that there are
something's
100
going
more
on.
years. You need any of this? You have
Yeah,
have any, have any liquid left?
yeah. I do sound very hoarse. So I'm getting over a cold.
Yeah. He was sick. He couldn't even make the show. He was like, yo, I don't think I could do the show. And then around sometime after like 5 o'clock, he's like, yeah, let's get it done. All right, I'm feeling better. He's been sick.
Show matters.
Show matters. The pod matters. So, yeah, I'm with you, man. I just don't even get into the Democrat, Republican thing, but I do know that they exist in our reality super, super strong. There's no way you're going to be able to not get away from the powers and these powers in this city. This is one of the reasons why I changed my name to Elvis Rosenberg, is because I knew it would get me in the door when I was chefing. I knew that when they saw Elvis Rosenberg, they're gonna say, let's give him that. Oh, let's see what he does. You know, because everybody wants to do like reality TV style cooking where they'll say, this is a bunch of food here, or just go in the refrigerator and make whatever you want. And no one has allergies. No, they usually say no one has allergies. We like to keep it simple. This and that and the other. Just tell us what you want. And usually they just want to really see if you can cook a steak. Most Americans that want personal chefs, if they really need to see that you can make a steak, so that's what they'll do. You know, so you know, it helped me get in a lot of doors, man. People would not let me in the door, man. They would have been like, nah, let's see what this. You know, it's like when, and I learned that because bartending. I remember we used to have people put their picture up on the damn on the thing, man.
Before we swerve again, the freaking I did want to say something about how I realized that we're looking at I'm looking at it from a perspective of the kind of how it's political, how this migrant thing's gonna work politically, and you're looking at it from the puppet master place. So what's it called? Who's controlling the strings and what they trying to?
You can't ask those questions. Is at the end of the book, dude.
Huh?
You're asking questions that's at the end of the book.
No, I'm not asking questions at the end of the book because I don't think the puppet masters can only work so hard to do that because there's someone that has dominion over the puppet masters. That's our Lord. So the puppet masters, their powers, they can try to all they can, you know, I'm trying to do, all they can really do is they can nudge and nudge and nudge and nudge and nudge and nudge. But you know, I'm more and more. I don't think they can ever take us over, man.
That's why they keep tricking us.
They can trick us. They can
with the vaccines. They tricking us with everything. All that stuff that's going on. They tricking us with diseases. They got people in the airport with hazmat suits cleaning up planes, and there's a guy walking with them with just a collar shirt and a clipboard.
First of all, they passed tricking. Now they're coercing. They're making us do the vaccine was.
Well, it was easier.
all but
easier
mandatory.
Before. It was only a few channels on television. It was easier. They didn't have these Internet of Things.
You got to vaccinate your kids for them to go to school. I'm not going down that vaccine road, but you know they do coerce things. You know, coerce us.
We have a physician that told us this is the last year he could see us. It's the last year he could see us. He said, I can't. He said, I'm going to see you because they don't. I'm going to see you, but you know, all the kids in my, you know, he has hundreds of kids. He's like, yo, they're all vaccinated. Yeah, and he's like, if you're not going to vaccinate your kids, he says, I'm going to do this checkup because, you know, every year you have to do a checkup and stuff like that. So we did the checkup. He did everything. He's like, yo, you know, perfect kid you got over here. But this is the last time I can see you unless you get that. And we were like, okay. So, you know, there you go. You know, they have to trick us, and they will use every tool in the toolbox.
But that ain't tricking. That's cornering us. That's not that ain't trickery. That's like, you know, you better do this if you want to be among people, if you don't want to be isolated,
right.
If you don't want to be boxed and alienated.
Yeah, you see the new law in New York just passed. The New York just passed that law where they can come into your home without a warrant. If you're
what?
Yeah, if you're like some sort of like, if you are a danger to the society or the world. Oh, this is what I was going to talk about before. I was going to talk about how I lost it again. The
It'll be
sativa
back.
was off the chain.
We'll
Woo.
come back. We'll come back to you.
I'm about to raise the price. It's too good. Damn. Anyway, you riding? Who you riding with? You riding with? You riding with the migrants?
There's nobody to ride with. Who you ride with?
You riding with the middle fingers on the way out the door? Yeah,
I don't know if there's not sides on this one.
You know what kind of cojones you need to kick a cop in the face?
There are no heroes and villains here. This is just absurd. That's just ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Police officers get beat up.
Beat up by 5'4" men. Are you kidding me? 5'4" men are attacking two officers with guns?
It's funny.
With weapons?
We are making light of this, but when there's no police officers, and the little factions start running places.
These cops can't. Oh, they doing it now. I see so many people running the red lights. Cops are standing down. If you ain't calling the cop, they ain't coming. Not in New York. Unless you piss them off, then you got a problem. Especially if you're not a criminal, like me. I'm not a criminal, and they didn't like me, so they muscled me around a little bit. But I still respect. I've always been pro cop. That's a fact.
Yeah, but you do have some vitriol to Popo.
Those particular officers that I have to complain in the lawsuit, officers are cool. But this is what you have to understand: it's a paramilitary organization where they call each other sergeants and lieutenants and captains, and they saluting these people. So if they get told what to do, they have to do it. There's no.
You gotta have a chain of command. Man.
Yeah, I understand that. So that's what I'm saying. On an individual basis, me and cops got no problems.
Especially in something like police officers, you gotta have compliance among the freak ranks. That's why they make it more militaristic.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Well, it's all good. My attorneys are going to handle it. I will be wood grain gripping soon. That's a fact. All right? So, that's a fact.
How does that mean?
It's wood grain.
I don't know what that means.
Wood grain is.
I heard that in the song.
The finish of a wood. The wood grain, how they have
it's
maple.
Like on a car?
On a car, but I'm talking about a steering wheel. I'll be wood grain gripping.
Oh, and it looks nice. That's like nicer?
Yeah, it'll be nicer. It'll be nicer. Even though it will never be past 2015. I would never get a car newer than. I would stop at 2014. I would never get a 2015 and higher.
Watch out for they use this as evidence against you.
No, this is a good thing. This is a thing that was put out there. This is all news. This is news that as of 2015, every car has been equipped with a shutdown button. They can shut down. They haven't used it yet. You tell this to cops now, they would love to have this now so they can press a button and just, it'll basically kill your car. And like now in New York, they're putting tons of cameras. They're turning New York into like London. They're putting cameras for vehicles to look and charge vehicles that drive throughout the city. You drive in Manhattan, you got to pay a toll.
Dude, I'm just hearing the litigators now. Not only was he ruling against you, not only was Elvis purposely fully belligerent and caused the altercation, he also embellished on a show about how he planned to rip us off in the freaking civil trial. Man.
So you see them young thugging me. That's what you see them young thugging me.
Yeah, stop. Because the police officers may not be have that pop in New York City or that the juice in New York City like they used to, but when it gets to the courts, man, who knows, man.
Well, you always have the Supreme Court. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. A lot of people, don't get me wrong, Supreme Court, I'm sure has dropped the ball.
Because they know these people. They know these.
Yeah, but the Supreme Court, thank God for the Supreme Court. I like this new case, this, not new, I've never had a case, but this case that I have right now, it's like the new attorney, he's like, the last thing they want is for this thing for you to be found not guilty, and we take this to the Supreme Court, and then my name will be synonymous with a case. That'll be great. I'll be like, I'll make history, me against whatever that is, and that my name will be there. I will leave a mark somehow. Even though I'm sure there's so many laws that are passed, we don't know who these people are. So, anyway.
The Elvis Rosenberg Act. Now,
Right.
it's not against police brutality.
Yeah. You know how when those auditors they tell the cops, Terry versus Ohio, you cannot. This a Terry stop? Yeah. One day they might be. Is this an Elvis Rosenberg stop? What's going on over here? So you never know. And
Sorry, I just looked at myself and thought of the Eddie Bauer Act.
Yes, definitely.
I can't
Definitely. With the cable,
I can't get that shit out of my head. I can't look at myself. I was looking at you, Elvis. All right.
Yeah, let's do a couple of clips, man. Let's get off of this, man. And we never did talk about why is it that I was saying. Remember, I alluded to, like, do we want the Cokes to be $5? Because this is a reparations thing, where if the black man in America, or the black person, or let's just say ADOS, the American Descendant of Slavery, if they were to get reparations, it'll destroy the dollar. But with this new bottom being created, they're going to do all these jobs, these menial jobs. They're going to do all of that. And they're going to be filling up the prisons, with their children that they're having right now. Those are all little babies from prison. Yeah, come on, go over there. And that's the stock, GEO. Get that. So anyway, not that I'm telling you what to do in that any way, shape, or form. Nor am I a financial advisor or anything like that.
You don't have to hide it. You're not an insider.
Yeah, I'm not an insider. No, I'm not. This is no insight to anything other than, just me being able to read the Matrix to some degree. And I think that this will help with the politicians. Like, start putting pressure on the local guys. Say, yo, what you thinking about reparations? Oh, I don't know. Well, yo, we're not voting unless you got something to say about reparations. Yay or nay, say something. We want to hear it because we need this. We need to ask. And that ask got to be, we're not voting. We're not doing down ballot unless we're going to vote Democrat, conservative, or Republican, whoever got these reparations popping.
No, well, you also notice they split the right between Republican and conservative. So they literally split their vote purposely in New York State.
Really?
In New York, if you have Democrat, imagine you're a Democrat liberal. Why'd they have Democrat liberal and then conservative Republican? It doesn't make any sense.
Right. Yeah, because they have
these people.
Two sides ain't enough. They need 4 or 5 sides.
That is some open ridiculous. No, to divide, split the vote.
Right. So, and then what about the electoral vote? You want that to go too, or that's fine?
The Electoral College?
Yeah, where they
if the Electoral College wasn't there, then every election would be determined by the 2 most populous cities. Every time. California. So the kind of president would be probably a gay transgender hedgehog, because California would be voting and New York would be voting because they have the bigger population. Texas would be overpowered. Texas is big, but they'd be outnumbered.
There's just not enough people.
Yeah.
Not enough people in these other parts.
And look how condensed. We're not even
important.
A big state. Yeah, because you get a certain number of... Now, they take that into account, the size of the case. She gets more electors. But if it just went by 1,000 votes, some of these middle states are they're not populated that much. A lot of them. But they have their rural people. They did it, the purpose of the Electoral College were for rural voters. So they wouldn't be alienated by more populous cities overtaking what they find like important, just because people decide to condense in the city. And I'm one of those people who can't do much for himself essentially, but these people are self-sufficient, so they want more laws that for people who are self-sufficient, and that people don't care about them because they live in Idaho or something and they don't matter.
Well, thank you for explaining that Wikipedia version of that.
But that's exactly that's what the framers said.
I would argue that you don't understand that they're selected and they're not voted. So all that sounds good, maybe on a local level, but no. And then on a local, here's the thing: on a local level, it's against the number of people. You're in New York City, you vote for the mayor. They don't have no electoral Brooklyn, electoral Queens. Come on.
Yeah.
It's about who votes, and then always the black people are the ones that always, made the difference, because, every whites always are on the opposite of each other, and the blacks always go, yeah, we lean towards Democrats, so always works for the Democrats. So now,
no, whites are most Republican too. A lot of whites.
No, I'm just saying it's either or. They're usually the same. You got 100,000 people voting. The 70 to 80% of the white votes are split right down the middle between 100, 200 people, and then the black vote helps turn that tide, because the Asian vote is so small, you can't even depend on that making a difference.
I don't even know how to break
There's
down.
not even. I don't even think New York even has 1 million Asians. Do they have 1 million Asians in New York?
Yeah,
I don't even think so.
it's a lot of numbers to have in your head.
I think there's like something like maybe 600. That's about it. Yeah. But anyway,
you want to check out a clip?
Yeah, let's check out a new clip. Premium black news, y'all.
This was
You're making this.
No.
At least it might lift your spirits a bit.
Drop this sour liquid under your tongue.
It's not. No, but shim. Oh, these are.
Producer. Ulric does this so that.
Hey, this didn't take 10 minutes. That was in shade. All right, what is this? Anyone do this one?
Yeah. I don't remember what that is, but we'll see.
UPS announced job cuts today, layoffs to 12,000 people worldwide in an effort to save costs. Channel 2's Michael Seiden is live near the company's headquarters. And Michael, you've learned these layoffs will impact some people who work here in Metro Atlanta.
Yeah.
And Linda, today I had some off-the-record conversations with some employees who told me it's been a sad day as they've had to say goodbye to some of their colleagues. Now, tonight we are learning more about these layoffs, why they are happening and now, and what this means for the future.
It's brutal for these employees that are affected.
Channel 2 consumer advisor Clark Howard reacting to UPS's announcement Tuesday after the Sandy Springs-based company confirmed that it would cut 12,000 jobs as part of an effort to save $1 billion. This decision comes as the company tries to recover from what its CEO called a difficult and disappointing year in 2023. Clark believes corporate employees who work here in Metro Atlanta will be the hardest hit.
It's because retailers would like to make some money.
I think that's good enough. Yeah.
Online delivery.
Dude, I
Oh,
love
this is the
shit.
part. Deliveries are no longer the problem. I can't remember.
Don't Amazon and these online companies work with UPS or USPS or I don't know if those companies.
Oh, I remember now. It's the returns that people are buying these clothes. I think they were saying yes, the person is buying the clothes in the store, but I don't know. But they were returning.
Was it interesting? Should I play the rest of it?
Well, it's all about these people losing their jobs, and how
It
this
just
world
happens.
has convinced people that these were good jobs. That if you work at these places, you got a good job. Like this is like they've convinced us that all of the necessary jobs are not necessary, and that all of these obsolete jobs that depend on the market, that depend on the economy, are good jobs to have. And now 12,000 people are getting laid off because they have to appeal to their shareholders. This company has to appeal to the shareholders so that in the beginning of the quarter, they want to be able to show that they made a profit. So in order to do that, they have to get rid of 12,000 people. Now, my point to sending you this, I think, because this was like 8 days ago, is that you should not depend on these jobs that depend on legislation in the economy and work that job. There has to be more emphasis on, you know, STEM. There has to be more emphasis on technology and academics in this sort of way, instead of telling people that they can just go get a job working in a mailroom. And now the U.S. Post Office is nobody's writing letters. Come on. All this is junk mail being passed around. Soon that junk mail is going to be gone, and all those people are going to lose their jobs.
Yeah, I don't know too much of the dynamic between them, man.
Now, so we can move on to the next thing. What you guys think about these 12,000 people losing their jobs? I'm not crying for them. I'm not crying for them. You know, one thing we know is that, you know, it's a good chance you can lose your job when you're working for somebody.
I mean, yeah, that's life, man.
You know?
And these people. That went way too up.
Premium Black News. Ulric the
Asked to come in
educator.
for an 8 a.m. meeting. My Gen Z new hires.
Yeah, thanks for filling up the space.
Doug, sorry, I can't make it. I have a workout class. Should this be allowed?
My visceral reaction was, are you fucking kidding me?
No, fully. Like, anger, typing this out. I was like, please.
Like, my hand's shaking and it's not from the caffeine.
You just started this job. I don't give a flying shit about your workout class. Also, an 8 a.m. workout class is too late. Workout at 6,
Yeah.
maybe 7.
Hi, yeah, Natalie. So, we can talk about this more later, but I'm gonna address this now. It was made very clear during the interview process that the working hours for this position is between 9 to 5 p.m. Eastern time, and I am on Eastern time. I made that very clear with HR because I have commitments outside of work. I go to the gym, I work out because I care about my health. Sure, I can make a sacrifice to go to an 8 a.m. meeting had I known at least a week before that I needed to go at 8 a.m., not a day before. Also, my workout class starts at 7:30, not at 8, but I didn't know that I needed to tell you that. Okay, let's just say I skipped the gym. 2 things. When can I expect you to reimburse me for my class? And 2, are you going to be paying me from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., or at the very least, let me leave at 4 p.m.? Natalie, if your answer to both of those are no, then there's no discussion needed. I will see you at 9 o'clock
pause it then.
today. Also, I said
You should keep playing it. You should pause.
Pause it. You want us to stop it? Or you?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop
No. Play the rest of it. What he says.
emailed to HR about this and sent them the link to that TikTok video. So, just to make things clear.
Yeah, he got real sassy at the end. He
What the
basically.
heck is this guy talking?
You didn't get it? Should we play it again? Or I can
No,
hold it if you
describe
want.
it to me. Explain it to me.
What's happening is that you have these people on TikTok talking about an employee that just got hired who said they were not going to be able to make the morning meeting at 8 a.m. because they have a workout. Their attitude was like, one was actually shaking.
Oh,
He was so
yeah.
upset. He was shaking because of this employee that's new that said they're not going to make it to the meeting because they have a workout. The employee then posts the fact that he's aware of their TikTok, and what happened was during the hiring process, he thought it was clear to him that it's 9 to 5, and if they would have had some notice, then he could have done it. But as far as his workout is concerned, who's going to pay him for that extra hour and whatever have you? So this is what happened.
Wait. If he
At what point did
is
you
it?
tune it out? Tell me that point. What point were you like, what the hell is this bullshit?
I
Tell
think
me.
his sass kind of just put
He
me
was
off.
sassy. He was very sassy.
It was hard to do. But I mean, the fact that the detail that they made him come in an hour before work, if it's his job and they say, and he was told explicitly, you can be called into early meetings between 8 and 9. So don't, even though your hours are normally 9 to 5, be prepared to take that part out. And if they told him beforehand,
But they never did that. He said there was no talk about him doing an 8 early meetings.
So I don't know.
Are you for him going to the 8 o'clock meeting and not making such a big deal out of it? Or
That's your job. Do your job. It's your freaking job. What are you talking about? But
so you agree that you would
first of all,
argue
the
that
fact
he's
that
wrong?
the whole workout thing, I don't even know what his point was. The fact that he had to work out and he gets anxiety if he doesn't want to work out. Probably.
I didn't even hear that.
The fact that he was shaking or something because he was gonna miss his.
No, the one that was shaking was the guy who was talking about him. there's a man and a woman talking about an employee. The man in that scenario is like shaking because he's so pissed off that the guy didn't want to come in at 8 o'clock for the meeting.
So okay. I never missed. See that the way that guy's reacted really it was hard to stay engaged with him. But the fact that he's that he's I don't know why he's getting
Pause
so.
for 1 second.
Yeah.
What we have to understand here is that Ulric doesn't do social media. Okay?
That's what you stopped me for.
And that he gets frustrated with social media. So let's work with him. Okay. Go.
So I think the fact that the guy was upset, that the fact that he was shaking, I get a guy being annoyed that the guy's bitching because he can't go, he's just gonna go to the meeting, and he has to go to the meeting and this other guy didn't have to, and that he's doing it because of his workout or something. I get him being upset. The fact that he's shaking angry, he's just probably a freaking angry guy, and he probably just that's probably how he reacts on a regular basis to stuff. And I guess I don't know if I would be pissed off or be shaking angry, but the fact that whatever side this guy really turned me off. So whatever side his energy was holy crap, incredibly. I'm shocked at how off-putting it was to me. So whatever.
Most people.
I really just assumed whatever it was, he was wrong. I just assumed he was wrong. I get, but
you have a job that you wake up 4:30 in the morning to go to.
Yeah.
And the children get there at what time?
They get 7:45.
The children get there 7:45.
But some kids are early. But some kids have to come in early for different programs and stuff like that.
They even have morning programs in your school?
Yeah, like the kids have basketball practice before school. That's the only time
So
they
they're
do
smelling throughout the day? Oh my God.
No. They got the coach actually gives them deodorant, has deodorant actually for them to spray. In fact, he started insisting that they do it.
It's disgusting. My son, I have to pick him up now from practice and games, and he's in the back seat. I'm like, oh my God, how does a person smell so bad?
They don't get to
Because
shower.
it's an emotional smell, because he's so angry or so happy, and the emotions are just going out of control. He's like, I want to kill that guy. He don't ever pass me the ball. So I guess all that stuff, and he gets in my car after that. I'm like, oh God, you stink. So maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so you hated this guy, and it's cool to hate this guy. You know why? It's okay to hate this guy.
I think I resent people who vent to that on that level of some pissy stuff. Just suck it up, man.
Here's the thing, though. Let's be clear. They have the TikTok. He's responding to the TikTok that was about him.
All right, I'm all right. So somebody made a TikTok about a man and a woman. The TikTok was a man and a woman who were complaining about this employee.
Right.
All right. But wait, they TikToked them having a
meeting. A work meeting.
No, a work disagreement.
Right.
Wait. I don't even understand that. So they were having a work disagreement and somebody was venting while somebody was recording them vent about a coworker.
Right.
This is contrived. This is fake. This is fake.
How could you have a TikTok talking about business?
First of all,
reading emails. She read his email on her TikTok.
Wait. She read his email?
She read his email on TikTok.
Okay, so this was the email. This wasn't a confrontation.
This was an email.
This was an angry email.
Right.
Well,
not an angry
email.
He
described that he was shaking.
No, the one shaking is with her.
What do you... Who said
There's a man and a woman. The email was sent by the guy who was complaining about them, talking about him publicly. See, you tuned this out right away, dude. I think you might have tuned it out.
Dude, what the fuck? Excuse me. What kind of story was he telling?
He's basically telling a story that these people are talking about me on a public platform, and here's why I did what I did. You never agreed to it. You never said I was going to have early meetings. So I'm not having early meetings unless I'm leaving early.
You see, venting to that extent, especially in front of camera, maybe sounds foreign to me. So I just couldn't understand where he was coming from.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm
He was
with you.
freaking out of control,
It's all
man.
good. Okay, pause.
Yeah.
Ulric doesn't have social media. He don't know these little games that everybody's playing. Like this is like Monday, Tuesday,
No,
Wednesday.
I know this is happening. This is
Oh, you're aware that
I'm
this is
aware
happening.
that this kind of grossness is happening, and it disgusts me every time I see it. And I'm starting to think I just mentally, literally tune out like this.
You do. It's all good though.
Yeah.
We need you. We need
It's
you
like
to
an
be-
emotion.
I
That's
need
an
you to
emotional.
pull- I need you to
That's
grab
an
and hold
emotional
on to that.
reaction.
Yeah, hold on to that anger. I need it here. Come on.
If I had just worked, played basketball, I'd probably smell more with his energy, because I would have my emotional stink.
Right. Right. All right. Let's go to the next. Wait. Who? Wait. So you do you agree with the guy at all? You're still saying F him? He sounds ridiculous. What's he complaining about?
I still don't. His point was that he, first of all, the employer, his boss or supervisor fosters the environment where if he said that's okay, this guy gets away with it, and you guys had to come to a meeting. That's just the crappy environment that the boss is making, because there's not. Look at the kind of
That was my point.
unrest he's fomenting just by the fact that he doesn't have the same expectations. I don't even know how that's I don't even know how that's a viable excuse.
Let me just say this: you have a certain time to get to work. Like the kids got a certain time to get to work. You get up mad early in the morning just to get to this certain time. If they needed you an hour earlier, would you come in an hour earlier? Would you get up earlier to make the time that they needed of you?
If they told me on the fly, I wouldn't be permitted to. But if they told me the day before, yeah, I would. If they told me that, I mean, it's just
Right.
If it was like him getting upset if that was just a regular thing, all of a sudden and stuff like that. But I would assume they would have an advance him like it did. I truly don't understand how this guy was even allowed to say I have to work out. I have to miss this work week. That is not a viable excuse. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
I mean, that just wouldn't be a viable. Would that be?
What say you in the comment section?
As you call out, I can't go to work at this time because I got to work out. That's ridiculous.
Okay. Well, let me just say this: when I worked for people, I was always ready earlier. I would always leave later. And I kind of admire the guy who says, nah, we didn't agree to that. I never was that person to say no to an earlier event. I would show up earlier. I would do things that was not even necessary to do just to help make the boss, because when you're working for someone, you're making other people's dreams come true. And I was that worker bee that made other people's dreams come true, because I would be available for that early meeting. And I would be available for that late meeting. And I would stop what I'm doing. I would stop eating dinner. Put my dinner, in a to-go bag so I can hurry up and get something done that needed to be done. So I would have not did the workout. I would have worked.
I mean, I'm shocked he got to get away with it.
Right. But now that I don't work for anyone but myself, I have nothing else, but I just wanted to pretend to interject with something else. All right, we got anything else?
We can have Orlando Jordan. Orlando, what's that guy's name?
No, not him. Don't do him yet. It should be one more before that, or maybe not.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Yeah, we got one more. We're gonna play to end the show.
All right.
We're gonna end the show with this last clip. And we're gonna play it twice.
You're making us pay for water, you son of a... You're making us pay for grapes, apples, things that God gave us for free. You're making us... son of a... You're making us pay for grapes, apples, things that... You're making us pay for water, you son of a...
Oh my God, I love that clip. I love that clip, man.
He's a character, man.
Good show, man. Appreciate
Great show,
you.
man.
Big
My voice
Elvis,
is
the
crazy,
chef. I'm
man.
here. You already know.
Don't get used to this hat look, man. I hope you enjoyed it for today. Is that your sign out? This folding of the handkerchief?
Yeah, I put it in my shirt pocket. Yes, I won't even buy a shirt unless I just got a pocket so I can do this.
You're stunting on them, man.
Big Elvis the chef, I am here. And I love
Ulric,
you.